Someone asked Xiao Liu how many he killed. He shouted innocence, driving Daxiong Egraventilva and attacking. 15 minutes later, a car knocked mysteriously. The delivery guy got caught. Daxiong went to check. Turns out, this guy wasn't even a dang, and just as he was about to blow up, the manager called. Daxiong was live streaming while throwing punches, feeling utterly puzzled about how Xiao Liu even knew a dang. This all started 4 months ago when a dang escaped from the hospital, wrote a goodbye letter to avoid dragging his family in. He hit the road, planning to travel the world, but ran into Xiao Liu instead. Xiao Liu was grinning like a kid, totally obsessed with Batman and Robin stories. He fancied himself a superhero from the comics, spending all day online digging up dirt on the bad guys. He wanted to invite a dang to join his game and do something really big together. A dang declined without a second thought, calling himself an impulsive killer, but Xiao Liu didn't buy it. Xiao Liu thought a dang had a sort of hunter instinct, able to sniff out bad people. There was a list of evidence on the table, even some tools. If a dang was in, they could roll right away. And just like that, time seems to have reset, and we're back to the present moment. Daxiong was taken off duty for brutal enforcement in a Sichuan apartment, and a dang officially joined Xiao Liu's crew. One collected evidence while the other handled cleaning up, turning Seoul into a tiny karaoke bar. To hide himself, a dang found a job at a country supermarket where he met a girl named Jin Shan. A dang stood up for her, and they ended up chatting in the evening, discovering they had a lot in common. Both in their 20s, away from home, and whenever asked about their past, they dodged questions like chameleons. A dang felt like he'd seen Jin Shan before. She just laughed and claimed that many men had seen her video. Of course, those cringe-worthy videos. A dang awkwardly tossed his cigarette and bolted. The next day, Jin Shan's mom rushed over, trying to convince her to go home, when suddenly her attention was snagged. It was on a certain man. Jin Shan momentarily lost her head, unsure how to face that memory. Old friends reunited, they naturally hit it off, and Jin Shan's mom happily exited early. As night began to descend, Shangming walked Jin Shan back to her home. She mustered up her courage to ask for his contact information, but unfortunately she was rejected by Shangming. A few days later, Jin Shan got a call from Shangming, and the first thing he said was, "I've been blackmailed." She hadn't planned to meet him, but thinking about her own situation, she decided to go. Shangming was in a much worse state than last time, saying he lost a game of truth or dare. He took off his clothes for dignity, but ended up falling into a pit, losing his girlfriend and job. He was feeling low, and Jin Shan urged him not to think too negatively. Him not having the video released was already pretty lucky. They talked for a long time, and since Shangming couldn't drive due to drinking, he crashed at Jin Shan's place. Shangming reminisced about that night, although his body was back in Seoul. His girlfriend asked what was wrong, and Shangming shook his head, claiming nothing's up. The truth was he wasn't being blackmailed at all. After dinner, he claimed work as an excuse and headed back to Busan. After a whirlwind romance, Jin Shan summoned her courage and expressed her wish to return to Seoul with Shangming to start, and just as she finished, Shangming's phone rang, and upon checking, he was shocked. It was a wedding invitation video. Shangming immediately lunged to snatch the phone back. Jin Shan, fuming, slapped Shangming, who retaliated by calling her a B***tch, turning to leave. Jin Shan grabbed Shangming, threatening to expose everything if he didn't comply, but instead, he furiously throttled her with rage. The next day, both Daxiong and a dang saw the news. There was a fire in the old apartment building, and a woman died inside. The news spread like wildfire in the supermarket, and a dang noticed a man staring at her. She dropped her shopping cart and hurried toward the exit, only to bump right into Daxiong. Daxiong took off running, heading to the warehouse, but just as he was about to bolt, a foot suddenly tripped him. As he turned around, he heard a stranger say, "Your cleanup job here isn't up to standard." Before he could finish, there was a sudden rush of footsteps approaching. By the time Daxiong arrived, both of them had vanished without a trace. The next day, Shangming returned home from work to find a man sitting out front. The man pulled out his ID, declaring he was with the Moppo police unit. Sheng Ming swallowed hard and invited him inside. The cop got straight to the point, asking about Jin Shan's case. Sheng Ming admitted he'd been to Busan and even confessed his crimes, but denied any murder. No subtitle content, incorporating a suggestion to prompt viewers to subscribe. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to our channel.